Hey, it's me. I think I've wanted to say this to you for a while in person, but just I guess, awkwardness of the beginning of a relationship and my timidness, I prefer to record in audio. uh, because I feel like if I tried to say this to you in person, I'd probably stumble over my words and end up getting lost on a useless tangent that wouldn't achieve the goal that I set out, which is to express my feelings to you. As a guy living in the modern day, I think I have a sort of strange relationship with feelings because I think as a child I was taught through pop culture that feelings are bad and that men should never show them, and as time and morals and values have progressed, um, I've been shown the sentiment that feelings are important and should be expressed. So just know that I come from a point of initial emotional repression and now stumble my way towards um, more emotional expression. So even though I'm open to the possibility of showing my emotions, I'm not the greatest at expressing them in a way that is healthy or appropriate for the current situation or stage of a relationship. With that very lengthy disclaimer in mind, I just wanted to say how excited I am to talk with you, even though most of our conversation is through text. I still really enjoy the memes that you send me and the little snapshots of your day that I get when you are willing to share them with me. It's really nice to think about you and kind of assume that you are thinking about me in a strange way. It makes life sort of more worth living, even when I don't quite want to get through a day. Just the fact that I know I can share it with you later makes me want to live a life that's extraordinary so that I'll have something noteworthy to tell you. And our text won't just devolve into monotonous and repeated good mornings and how are yous, because those are nice and I really appreciate the good morning texts. They always make me smile and have never failed to make me want to get out of bed. I'm not saying that I ever have been clinically depressed, but I, I feel like these past few months have been particularly dreadful, and there have been days where I hadn't wanted to get out of bed, but just the thought of you is enough to put enough hope in my heart to believe that there is still things worth living for, i.e., you. And honestly, hearing about your world makes me happy too. Just knowing that you have your dreams and your adventures and misadventures. Um, I feel like we're catching up for all the lost time in which we didn't know each other. Even though it's awkward at first since we don't have that foundation that you might have with a childhood friend or past lover or whatever. I think it's the stage of a relationship is really nice where you've got no perception of who you are. I have no perception of who you are. So every time we talk, I get a little bit of a better idea of who you truly are. Of course, it's put through the filter of, you know, talking. Heavy air quotes on talking, but you know what I mean. But still, even through that filter, it's still a glimpse into who you are, and that alone is again, something I find really enjoyable because it's like leveling up a new character, I suppose. Because, the friendships I already have, they're cool. They're like, level 100 maxed out, but there's nothing really new to discover with that. But with you, it's like every new day, every new encounter, every new experience is something special and wonderful. And although you might think that your recounting of your day is boring and stupid to talk about, I will tell you right now, I do not care what you think about your day. I want to hear about it because it's about you. And I like you, so I like the things that you do and the words that you speak, and I like hearing about it. I really enjoy it, and I hope that we are able to do it more going forward. I don't want to say love just yet. That would be stupid. I've done it before, and quite frankly, it's a mischaracterization of, I think, what we have right now. Although I do listen to a lot of songs with that word in it, and I think about you. I think saying I really like you is more of an accurate term. Because I think I don't know you well enough to know if I really love you or not, and to give it that term without proper merit, I think would diminish the meaning of it overall. So, although I do hope one day to love you, I don't think we're quite there yet. And in a sort of roundabout way, I just wanted to send you this message to let you know that, yes, I am thinking about you. Yes, it is 2 a.m. and you are running circles around my mind. I can't stop thinking about you, or all the adventures we might have, or the places we'll go, or how I'll be able to figure out what all your favorite things are and find the best way to get them to you. I don't want to scare you away or anything. I just like to get passionate about people. I think my love language is definitely acts of service or giving of gifts because, again, I'm not really great at expressing emotion. So, if I'm able to buy you something you really like or get you a thoughtful gift that you thought I'd forgot about, I think is the most efficient way for me to express my affection for you. And if you wouldn't mind, I think having talks about our emotions in person, perhaps going forward, would also be really interesting. I do know they'll be awkward at the start, but I think just having that open communication with you and letting you know how I feel and getting to know how you feel will not only help me understand the intricacies of your more subtle expressions of emotion, but also just I think I'll be able to better learn how to avoid your landmines, if that makes any sense. And I can help you identify mine. So it's not like we'll completely ignore them, but we can be delicate with each other. And that's something I'd like. Because despite being a man, I think emotionally I am very delicate. And I'm not saying that you should look but not touch. I definitely like to let you into my heart, but I'd like you to be careful because there have been a couple of bulls in my china shop. I forget the idiom, but a lot of fragile stuff, and there have been rampages in there. So a lot of the stuff is held together by Scotch tape, but I'd like to think I'm somewhat fixed, and it would be kind of terrible if someone would run amok in my heart again. I'm I'm so sorry that this came into a sort of depressing note. I guess that really just shows the undertone of my subconscious, that even though I am happy, consciously, I am happy. I am so wonderfully infatuated with you. But despite that, I am coming from a place of hurt, and I'm trying to get past it. And if you could help me get past it by giving me something else to dream about, that would be really wonderful, and I appreciate it. So, I didn't really come into this with any structure, and I know it'll be very rambly, but I hope at the very least it gave you some insight into how I'm feeling and a little bit of reassurance about what we could be. In any case, I should probably get to bed, work in the morning, but I like you, so keep doing what you're doing, because it's definitely working.